If you think you've heard every twisted true crime story out there, think again. This one will haunt you long after the credits roll. Imagine a seemingly ordinary family man, someone you might pass on the street or see mowing his lawn, hiding a gruesome secret in his own home. This is the story of Jerome Brudos, a husband and father who, behind closed doors, kept a human breast preserved in his freezer, right next to the family's food. Welcome to the chilling case of Jerome Brudos, the man who would become known as the shoe fetish slayer. Born in Oregon in 1939, Brudos grew up in a quiet, unassuming neighborhood. To neighbors and friends, he seemed like any other suburban dad, hard-working, quiet, and devoted to his family. But beneath that calm exterior, a much darker story was unfolding. As a child, Brudos developed an intense obsession with women's shoes. It started innocently enough, sneaking into closets, trying on high heels, and collecting discarded footwear. But as he grew older, his fascination spiraled into something far more sinister. By his 20s, simply possessing shoes wasn't enough to satisfy his urges. He began to crave control, power, and the thrill of the forbidden. While his family slept just rooms away, Brudos prowled the streets at night. He stalked, kidnapped, and murdered unsuspecting women, driven by his dark compulsions. The double life he led was so convincing that even those closest to him had no idea of the horrors unfolding under their own roof. Brudos turned his garage into a macabre workshop. He kept the bodies of his victims hidden there, photographing them in disturbing poses and collecting grisly trophies. The most chilling of all, a severed breast, carefully wrapped and stored in his basement freezer, a constant reminder of his crimes. The nation was horrified as the details emerged. Victims like Linda Slauson, Karen Sprinker, and Jan Whitney were lured to their deaths, each one manipulated and murdered to fulfill Brudos's twisted fantasies. Their stories made headlines and the community was gripped by fear and disbelief. Police pieced together a trail of evidence, bodies dumped along riverbanks, mysterious phone calls, and eyewitness accounts. The investigation was painstaking, but eventually, all clues pointed to Brudos's seemingly normal home. When officers finally arrived, they uncovered a nightmare beyond imagination. Confronted with the evidence, Brudos confessed in chilling detail to every crime. He showed no remorse, describing his actions with a cold detachment that stunned investigators. Sentenced to life in prison, Brudos died behind bars, but the legacy of his crimes continues to haunt true crime fans and investigators alike. If you're fascinated by the darkest corners of the human mind, subscribe for more. The story of Jerome Brudos is just the beginning. There are even more chilling cases waiting to be uncovered.